I was looking around in the backlog of videos and realized that this tournament fight, this finals between me and Damian, was almost 10 years ago, which is crazy. And I thought I'd take a look at it just in retrospect and kind of recall what was going on. This is the non-dawn tournament up at Uprising, and essentially the goal of the tournament, or just the kind of the situation that's set up, was we've gone through our round robins. We've made it to the finale and the finals. And let me just pause here just to finish. But the goal of the final was it's a point fight, meaning you get a certain number of points for certain things. In this case, it's 1 point for a wound and 2 points for a kill. It's first person to five. And the other aspect of this was that the moment a point was earned, whether that's through a kill or a wound, the fight reset. There's, yeah, if you took someone's arm, they immediately got it back. There was no, you took the arm, but you were never going to be fighting someone who was legged or armed or anything like that. So the second it happened, it was done, and you reset the fight. And so let's just take a look. It's going to be a little hard to see some of the sword work because of just the nature of the video from 10 years ago. But I'll try my best to kind of explain my thought process of what I recall, and what I can see from the positioning. But right now, essentially, Damien is kind of in his low guard. He'll be in that a lot, and I'm in my kind of high high guard, not quite my full wall yet. I hadn't quite developed it. This is actually at this uprising when I really started developing and unlocking what I thought was going to be my style. So right now I'm still playing with a lot of raw ideas and raw techniques that I've gained over the years. But yeah, so let's just play it through a little bit. Whenever me and Damien fight, it's always a mental conversation just as much as anything. And typically, I take a defensive stance against Damien, always prepping myself for anything that he might throw at me. So I'm always prepping for his positioning, adjusting wherever he's going. I'm waiting for those rebounds along the way. So he tends to go low against me, and so I'm moving my sword around. And right there, for example, you saw that was a quick strike against the arm, and then we're going to reset. So let's just get back a little bit. Um, there. And you can see when Damien's here, he has this forearm open, which I really like as a target, especially against him. And so you'll see for half a second, his arm will kind of move back, which gives me the cue in to move, because his sword won't respond. Typically, his sword will come up if I ever reach for anything, so I have to be really careful. So if we just take a quick kind of playthrough, his sword kind of shifts back, and in mid step there, he wasn't quite ready to respond, and so out goes the arm for the strike. So those timings are so key, for me fighting Damien, is I have to find the time to strike. So again, we're back to positioning, you know, conversing for conversation, you know, jockeying for positioning, really. Bam. That was a kill on Damien's part. So let's again back up a little bit. Let's go. There we go. Out comes the way. I'm getting ready. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. Let me go. Again, I'm looking for those moments, and you can see I his sword is down. Perhaps I might be able to respond. It's always when they're moving in a way that's perhaps harder to react to. So we come in with the offhand, an absolutely beautiful strike in. that ability for Damian to position his hand right here, his sword there, and then for me to step in like that, but to catch it, because essentially my sword is coming up like here, but then to bring his sword up in the open space, there's nothing I can really do to it. And with the lunge, my arm is not in a position really to take any defensive stance on that one. So good shot from Damian. So now it's essentially two to one, right? Or 3 to 1. Okay, yeah. Coming back in. Another strike. Still jockeying. Like it's just, if you just watch the sword conversation, it's all jockeying. Yeah. Perhaps on that earlier one, I think that might have been a wound, but that was definitely a kill on Damien's part, killing me. So we reset. Back to jockeying. Okay, so here's where some of my thought process is coming in into play. So let me back up a little bit. So I'm down points. I'm down 3 to 1 in the tournament. This is the finale, the final, and tournament mindset is a focus on doing what you have to do to position yourself for that win. Like it's 100% serious. We're moving through, and you want to be very strategic with how you approach, right? So at this moment, I'm down points. I'm behind, and so I have to find my way back. Uh, I can go for the kills, but kills are risky, especially with Damien. If I extend, we saw it earlier. He got offhand in, could get I could get myself killed. I need to give myself the best positioning to potentially win. I need to regain some ground, and so I remember in this fight thinking to myself, okay, I'm down by 2. The quickest way to make up some ground was to get those limbs. And so I go into the mindset right now, I'm not going for kills. I'm going for limbs, at least enough to get me in striking range of the victory. Because again, we're going for 5 points. Damien's at 3. If he kills me one time, he wins. I to go for kills, I have to kill him twice, which is a tall order. But if I can get a couple arms or legs, then I can get back to 3. And I knew I didn't want to win the fight with an arm. So get to 3, and now it's just 1 to 1. 1 to 1. Who's going to get the next kill? Kind of like sudden death. So in this particular case, Damien is standing here. I'm positioning. His leg is sitting out here, ready to go. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Range, we're thinking about where to position ourselves. See, and for me, this is again a timing thing. Damien has been jockeying, but then he moves his sword down and away from me. His sword is actually pointing this way, not towards me, which means perhaps if I'm fast enough, I can come in and get that shot, which I do. Come in real quick, bam. And again, the tournament is the second it happens, so I don't have to worry about, oh, if I get the shot and then he kills me, okay, that's fine. But yeah, comes in, and he had the right response of striking at me, but I got it first. So 2 to 3. So I'm clawing my way back a little bit. Okay, we're working out. We're working here. Again, setting up. We see that arm standing right there. Reach out, strike the hand before he can get it. Right, he's going for it. I'm reaching. Step up a little bit with my footwork. I'm trying to get into range while staying defensive. And right there, again, you can see his hand is here, but then it inches just close enough. It prompts me to respond, and then Damian comes in for a strike afterwards. So I was able to get the whole strike in and be moving back before Damian could respond to me. So I knew I had some speed on me. I was also 10 years younger, so hooray for me. But anyways, so we're now 3-3. Playing strategic. That's, to me, that's tournament fighting. It's not, tournament fighting isn't always about going 100%, 100 miles per hour, full intensity. The intensity in my mind comes from the strategic mental game that is also playing out. Additionally, a bit of adaptability, a bit of luck, to really focus in on what needs to happen to get that win. So now we're 3-3. We're tied. One kill could get the victory for either of us. It's even footing. It's sudden death. And so real quick, like I've already talked about, like you can see this is Damian's classic kind of forward, low guard. What he's trying to do is just like we saw earlier. He has his offhand ready. He's wanting to react when I position my sword poorly. He can quickly respond and come up low, but he's also very quick to come up high. So like this whole time, there's no real safe spot for me, because he can also come around the other side. Like when Damian's in this guard, it is a tough thing to face, and so this whole time, my sword is ready to just receive whatever he throws at me. That's my focus right now. Um, is whatever he's willing to throw, as well as I'm trying to play the range game to focus in on where I can go. So you can see wherever his sword goes, my sword is just twitching in response. His sword comes out here to the side. My sword comes up a little bit, and I'm trying to prepare myself and stay behind some form of defense, just to be really guarded. He comes in. You see, okay, down from low. He's going to come up high. Trying to get that offhand. We go in for a tussle. All I'm trying to do is just stay alive. That's all we want to think about right now. We reset. Okay, reset, just acknowledge. Okay, we're good. I also appreciate, this is another example. When we start the fight, we are out of range of each other. There is no reason, especially in a tournament, to ever start in range, because you want time to think. You want time to work through it. And so I really appreciate that we back up, we reset completely, and then we come in ready to go. Okay. We're playing in range. Okay. So this is actually the killing blow. Well, it's not quite the killing blow. This saves my tournament, really. Okay. So we're here. Damian has pulled up to here. I'm here, right? And in a quick second, he goes down low. We're positioned. He's moving. I'm reacting. Okay. For the umpteenth time, I am striking when I feel like I have a moment of safety, because his sword is positioned away from me, right there. So he's moved from pointing it at me to having it very high, and I react, go for it. Okay, right here is what happens in the fight. Is I actually hit his hand. It wasn't quite a staple because his hand was far enough away that it wasn't a full staple, but I get the hand, and his sword from here comes down against me, right? Again, these quick strike lunges leaves me really far open, especially with someone who has quick offhand like Damian. So it comes down, he just comes down, strikes me down, right? In this quick move, pushes my sword away with his offhand, and he gets the kill, right? He gets the kill, and I call it dead. You actually see, like, bam, he has landed the shot. But point of honor again to Damian on calling it by the rules of the tournament. If you land the strike, whoever struck it first, that's the point that counts. I hit the hand first before Damian landed the kill. We saw that, right? And Damian's honor is impeccable in that way, and commendable for calling that out, to say, no, Kane hit my hand first, therefore that's the point. It's now 4-3, and we go again. Tournament fighting is also just highly honorable. We're trying to do everything we can to follow everything, the rules there, right? So again, I will forever remember Damian's honor in this moment. Okay, and there's the kill. So let's back it up a little bit. So I think it was, yep, there it was. So let's just back it up. Okay, just like always, jockeying for position. And just to break it down again, Damian's classic stance: down low, sword here, offhand there, looking out. He's waiting and maneuvering all over the place, looking for however he can get in. I know that my speed is where I'm winning this tournament right now. My positioning and my speed are the tools that I'm using, and so all I need to do is, with my slightly, we both have short swords, but I have to be fast, I have to be quick, and the only way to be quick is if I'm close enough to land those shots. So I have to inch in. And so my footwork is here. It's positioning. My back leg is primed for a quick burst. My front foot is inching forward, just trying to get into position, right? Just enough. Damian is moving, and I'm a loaded spring at this moment. And again, we have Damian stretched out. His arm is fully extended. His offhand is up. His head is forward. So you can actually see from here. So I'm stepping here, and Damian's head has gone from here, and it's actually going to move down slightly, right? So it's actually, with this drawing thing, I can actually do this. So this is his head. Watch where it goes. Okay. That difference. It moved from here to there, right? And his sword is down low. This to me is someone who has just moved from out of range to in range of me, and I'm feeling really good about that shot. So in a quick second, land the shot right there. You can actually hear it on the video originally. There's a ting as it hits right there. Damian's offhand is in just the right position to react. You can actually see he quickly pushes it up, and the timing was just enough off because he knew exactly what needed to happen. He's coming up and around to get the kill, but I landed it first from the kill, so falls over dead. And it was a wonderful fight, and 10 years since that fight, and I still remember it as one of my most vivid tournament duels that I've ever had, or maybe even ever will. It was a joy, it was an honor, it was a pleasure to fight Damian in that final tournament. And looking back on it, seeing where me and Damian were to where we are now 10 years ago, the jockeying for position is still there. We still fight very similarly, but our approaches have changed on how we fight each other and how we adapt. But the mindset of a tournament duel is still there every time me and Damian fight, and I love it. So fun to look back.